Explode your productivity with Chat GPT. Learn it from the ground up. Hi, this is Alf again here. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the better the questions, the better the answers. Here, I just wanted to show you a pretty cool little trick you can do with social media. Here's a post that I'm going to go and post inside my Chat GPT account to deal with social media. Basically, it reads, please create a social media content posting table that includes the following for my Mastermind webinar. Column 1, date and post 10 posts in the month of March 2023, and in column 2, so I basically tells it to map it out for me. Let me show you what it can do. So here we go. I pop it in here like this, and let's see what it does. So it starts mapping it out like this, and then it creates actually a table. So you'll see what it does here. Okay. So here's what it is. To shorten the time, we have generated this for you so that you didn't have to sit and wait for it. But here's what it did for me for exactly that post. Puts it all in a column for me with the hashtags, more here, and call to action, CTA, and the image description. This is something I can go over to DALL-E and get an image for. It's as simple as that, and you can come up with all kinds of keywords, different things. You see how fast this is? Give it 30 seconds. I had this. So I just wanted to show you what you can do with regards to social media. So actually I see that it included the hashtags in the actual post, and it also separated out. So that could be convenient because, for instance, Facebook are not so common to use hashtags there, but I know that Twitter certainly is. So you could fine tune this and just say, please don't include the hashtag inside the social media post itself. And I'll just take that out. All right, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about Alex Hormozi. He wrote the book called $100 Million Offers. Okay, it's a great book if you're in marketing, but he has also provided some prompts that I'm able to share. The original prompt was something like this, and I'll show you here now. And here's his prompt. You will get this document, by the way. So this is prompt number 2. Here you can see what I've taken. So I took this, and I inserted my own stuff. Now, keep in mind, this is very important. He has uploaded information about his $100 million offer book. So that's available in the database. Now, if you have your own website, which I've also talked about before, you should upload the text from your website up there, and also blogs that you have to educate your GPT account. So it actually must have pulled in from his information. And here's what I wrote. I say, now pretend to be Alex Hormozi. I actually used his name, the author of the book $100 Million Offers. And you can see he uses quotation marks here. And I'm using the same text. You help craft offers that people can't refuse because they are incredibly valuable according to Alex Hormozi equation. So he has probably uploaded that, and that's why it's working seamlessly. Then it goes on to saying, so your first task is to write offers for a Mastermind course that young entrepreneurs would not hesitate to buy. As Alex Hormozi, use your full expertise in this field to craft these offers based on all the information given. All right, so he has uploaded information. You'll see that in a little bit. And in your offers, and you could kind of follow my lead here. As you can see, in this sentence here, I add for my target market, I added in the entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs. I actually put it in quotation mark. I don't think you have to, but I did. And then he talks about the obstacles and the pain points, and then the name of my course. Create and lead your own mastermind group. Can help them win regardless. So you see me drop it in. I also played around with this to see what it would do. And that's the product, and it handled it just fine. So now let's go over to Chat GPT, and you will see that it came up with quite fantastic text. However, obviously I would edit it and make it fit for my things, because it's taken on his style a lot, and a lot of it I will use, but some of it I will have to edit because I don't do exactly the same things that he's talking about. Again, it whipped out this text, and it's really well written. And obviously you can pause the video if you want to start looking at it and seeing it. And some of it I will edit based on to make sure what it's true for me and what I would do, right? And then I could rewrite it again. So really, really fantastic stuff. And this is also another document you will get, but I will go walk you through it a little bit so that you get the understanding of it and the importance, okay? So I'll start reading right here. It's important to keep in mind the concept of prompting or priming, okay? So because when you're talking with ChatGPT, it's important to have really good prompts, and they can be really long too, okay? And I've had prompts, as you've seen in some of my other examples, especially with the Hotmail. I said, number 1, do this, number 2, do that, and then give me an example. And I wrote about in detail what I wanted. maybe a paragraph as long as all of these sentences here together. Okay, so now when you start working with this and get better and better at the prompt, here are some of the key things to look out for. Okay, let's scroll that right to the top. So to achieve the best results, make sure that your prompt is prescriptive. So you're telling the AI what to do rather than asking a question. So people think that asking a question is not really the right phrase. You want to be telling it what to do. Act as a specialist, or pretend you are an author, or pretend you're, Leonardo da Vinci, or pretend you're Shakespeare, or write this as a 7-year-old would be, or use the UK way of writing this. So the prompts, they actually don't have to be complicated, but you just need to be prescriptive as opposed to what you tell it. Okay, I don't need to go through all of them, but as you can see, all of these things are really, really good suggestions. So here's some examples of what you can do down below. Okay, so if you're getting started using ChatGPT, take a look at potential use cases for ChatGPT to satisfy your curiosity. So an email, for example, dear Julian, I'm interested in improving my skills for creating social media content. Could you please suggest some sources or tips? Okay, so that's one way to lead it along. And you can also use it for writing or composing text messages. Send a casual text message to my friend and check if she's up for brunch tomorrow, while also playfully reminding her to bring along her adorable puppy, but not the roommate. So those kind of things, it will formulate that in a polite way. Okay. So these are examples again that you will get in the attachments, and you'll certainly enjoy them. Okay, we'll have some more tips for you here. Another cool thing you probably haven't thought of is to use ChatGPT for script writing sequencing. So here is another document that you'll also get, and you'll see some really cool examples. You can post a video for how you can lead it along and kind of get it going and set it up for you for success. So this is like a really nice little way to get ChatGPT to work for you in this regards as well. Hopefully this will be of help to you as well. Now I'm going to talk about coding. I absolutely know nothing about coding, nor do I have any interest in it. But if I wanted to have a simple software on my website, for instance, let's say I was in a hair salon industry, wouldn't it be nice for you to know what a lifetime value of a customer would be? If you know the lifetime value of a customer, meaning how much money or profit can you make on one customer, then you know how much you can afford to spend to market to attract that customer. So for instance, simple example, back in the day, I was teaching people about referral marketing. So I said, hey, if you can get one of your existing customers to tell one of their friends to come to a hair salon, would you be willing to give away 50% of the cost to get that new friend in? And many people say, oh my God, that's too much. I'm losing money. And I'm saying, no, you're not. I say, listen, if you get a customer and become a regular customer, that customer will stay with you on average for 5 years. That's based on actual statistic, actually. And wouldn't it be easy for you to offer a free haircut if you know that they will come to you maybe 6 times a year? If you're a guy, they cut their hair 6 to 8 times a year, and then multiply that by 5. Or a lady that may cut their hair 2 or 3 times a year, and then additional services and products you could sell them. Think about it, and then multiply that by 5. So once you start understanding that, you understand how much you can afford to spend. And there's many ways to do that. I'm not going to get into the referral marketing part of it, but having a calculator like that on your website, or if you're a marketer, to show somebody, this changes the way they think about what they can spend to acquire a new customer. So anyway, so I'm going to tell ChatGPT to make me an LTV calculator. And then I'm going to ask it, how do I install it? So here we go. As you can see, I've already played around with it, but I wanted to show you this as well. Here we go. So here we go. It's live and at work as we're speaking, okay? Here does the coding. And that's simple, and all kinds of stuff done for you correctly. In this example, we assume the average price haircut is 25. Okay, this even has an idea about that, you see. And if you did it for a lady, it'll be more. I can almost guarantee you that. You can adjust the values now. So, okay, great. And now tell me how to install it on my WordPress site step by step. Okay, here we go. There we go. It's quite amazing. And then you would have that calculator on your website, and you can use it in so many ways. It's an amazing marketing tool. And now you are set. So you can do this for all kinds of coding. So I just thought I'd show you this little example. And there you go. Next, I want to show you some SEO tips for your website, okay? So you can ask Chat GPT this, give me 50 long tail keywords to target on a blog about mastermind groups. Okay, so here we go. Let's go in here and ask it. Boom. So now we can see how it operates on that. How to start a mastermind group best practices, benefits of a mastermind group, how to find a mastermind group success stories, mastermind group accountability. So you see how it goes on and on and on here, and you'll have all kinds of opportunities. Now I can say, now mix the word mastermind into the middle of the sentence, or give me some paragraphs on mastermind groups for freelancers. Okay, so here we go. So it's got all kinds of amazing long tail keywords that I can use, and I can build articles around it. It's just amazing. Okay, so now let me take number 21, for instance, mastermind group for sales professional. Let's ask it to create an outline for a blog post, and then write the first couple of paragraphs. Write an outline for, and then I'll put that in quote. So now let's write an outline for one of these. So let's take this one, mastermind group for sales professionals, and maybe ask it to write a couple of paragraphs about it. Okay, so write an outline for, and then I'll put this in quotation mark. Hold on. Here we go. Gotta get my keystrokes right here. I write an outline for mastermind professionals and include 2 paragraphs that would entice someone to join a mastermind, a MM. Here we go. Let's see what it does. Sure, here's an outline of a blog post, mastermind group for professionals, and 2 paragraphs. Introduction, definition of a mastermind group, benefits of joining a mastermind, purpose of the blog post. 1, importance of a mastermind group. Here we go. So there's introduction. Number 2, importance of a mastermind group. And let's see here what else it comes up with. Number 3, how to join a mastermind group of sales professional research. Okay, there we go. And a paragraph. Now let's see, enticing sales professionals to join the mastermind groups. Provide. Oh, okay, that's number 4. Okay, it's doing Roman signs here. Okay, let's see. It remembers, it knows how to do all this. It's quite amazing how you can add on things in your paragraph that you ask it to do. You can write quite long here. If you can whip together keywords like this and come up with blog posts and start ranking, it's phenomenal. Okay, so now I could tell ChatGPT to write a FAQ section for the same. Write a FAQ section for the same. There we go. Let's see how it handles that. How cool wouldn't this be to have that for all the different things that you're working on? And it's done. All you need to do is to make sure you know your subject and you understand it, because it'll give you wrong answers sometimes. So if you don't know your subject, you really got to be careful here, because you could end up spitting out the wrong information. Shown you clear examples of previously. So if it stops here at this point, any point, which you've heard me talk about before as well, just say continue or go on. It'll understand that for you. So I will say continue. Let's see here. So here we go. So yeah, so there, that gives you some fantastic examples of this. I will be adding to these things as we go along, as I come across more and more stuff. It's impossible for me to cover everything, but this should give you a really good understanding of what you can do with the power of this and how many ways you can use it. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully I could be a good source for you for that, and I appreciate you getting this far in the course, and we'll see you at the top. And if you have any other questions or any questions in general, let us know. Okay, talk soon, and I'll let ChatGPT keep on working for me. Bye. Visit ahamastery.com and find out all you need to know about our courses.